Hey, this is Steve from Flowmaster. I'm happy to introduce our new Delta Force cold air intakes for the 2017 Dodge Charger and Challenger SRT Hellcat with a 6.2 liter. Now our cold air intakes here got a washable high flow filter, nice black powder coated heat shield, a durable polyethylene intake tube with a rib design, a nice Flowmaster logo right here in the center, reinforced silicone couplers, all stainless steel hardware, and this cold air intake bolts right to the factory mounting points. Now this is also dyno proven. The kit includes a hood vent block-off plate. This is due to if you're going to be driving in winter weather, you don't want to get any water on top of your filter. Also, this can be installed with basic hand tools. All you need is a ratchet, a short little extension, a 5/16 socket, an 8mm socket, 7/16 wrench, 7/32 Allen, and a 5/32 Allen. Now this is backed up by a lifetime limited warranty, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this installed on this SRT Challenger Hellcat here. Okay, we got our 2017 Dodge Challenger Hellcat here. Let's get ready to remove the stock air box. Now first, we're going to start by removing this bolt right here, disconnecting the sensor, removing this breather hose, and loosen this clamp up. Then the whole stock air box is just going to lift right out. Okay, we're going to start by removing this bolt. Okay, next we're going to remove the sensor. Just got to just squeeze these together, pull it up, remove. Next, we're going to loosen this clamp right here and then remove the intake hose off the throttle body. And once this clamp is loosened, just wiggle it off the throttle body. Okay. Now next, the whole airbox system should just lift right out. Now you will have to pick it up and kind of just rotate because there is basically a little inlet tube right about here. So we're just going to pick up on it, kind of give it a little twist to it, and it comes right out. Alright, we got our stock air box out of our SRT Challenger Hellcat here. Now let's get ready on the assembly of the new Delta Force cold air intake. Okay, we've got our Delta Force cold air intake here laid out on the table. We're going to start off first with the heat shield. We're going to put on the air filter adapter. So we're going to put it on the inside of the heat shield. Now with an Allen bolt, a lock washer, and a flat washer, we're going to line up these three holes and bolt this guy up. Next, we're going to put on the mounting brackets to the heat shield. This is going to allow the cold air intake box to bolt to those factory mounting points on the vehicle. So the first bracket is going to go on the outside of the heat shield, and then the second bracket is going to go on the inside right here. So first, we're going to start on with this bracket. This is going on the outside, and this is the bracket right here. Now it's got this little flat spot right here. How the orientation is going to go is this is going to roll up. So this is going to be your top side. And then this is going to bolt to the factory mounting point, which on this point is going to be the radiator support. Okay, next we're going to use an Allen bolt to secure this bracket, and it has to go from the inside. Next we're going to put on a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. Now you want to leave this bracket loose so you can allow for adjustment when you go put it in the vehicle. Next, we're going to install the second bracket. Now this is going to go on the inside of the heat shield here. And this bracket here has got a big hole and it's got a smaller hole. The smaller hole is what's going to bolt to the heat shield. We're going to use an Allen bolt from the inside. Now on the back side here, we're again going to go ahead and put a flat washer on, a lock washer, and a nut. Now just like the first bracket, we're going to go ahead and leave this one loose so you can allow for adjustment when you go to install in the vehicle. Okay. Next we're going to put the gasket trim on the heat shield here. Now the gasket trim will come in an excess length, so you will need a trim to make it fit your heat shield. So we're going to go ahead and start with the bottom here. Okay, now we got our gasket trim on our heat shield. Now we're ready to install in the vehicle. Okay, before the heat shield goes in, we're going to go ahead and install this grommet that's supplied in the kit. This has got a thread insert in the center of it. This is going to go right to this hole right here on the factory fender well of the car. Now when you go to run a bolt in it, it's going to spread out and it's going to basically hold the heat shield in place. So we'll go ahead and now set our heat shield in. And this top bracket right here will line up with this hole right here on your core support. We're going to go ahead and put the factory bolt back in and go ahead and tighten it up. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and install this Allen bolt. And this is going to go in that grommet. Okay, now we got our mounting brackets secured to the factory mounting points of the vehicle. Now we're going to go ahead and final tighten up the brackets. Now we're going to use our wrench. We're going to put it on the back side here. And then we're going to take an Allen and go ahead and tighten this guy up. Okay, same thing with this other bracket. Okay. Now we're ready for our intake tube. Okay, we got our intake tube. Before we put it on, we're going to go ahead and install the grommets. There's one there and one right here. So this bigger grommet, we're just going to push it in place. Okay, we're going to do the second grommet. Okay, next we're going to take this factory sensor out. All you got to do is just pull and then twist it counterclockwise, and it pulls right out. Now we're going to install it in the Flowmaster cold air intake tube here. Now with a little dielectric grease you want to put inside the grommet, go ahead and just push this in there. Helps the installation of this. Okay, now we got our sensor installed. Now we're ready for our reinforced silicone couplers. So we're going to go ahead and just push this on. Okay, now we're ready to slide this on over the air filter adapter. And this other one, you're going to slide it on to the throttle body. Okay, our tube's in. Now we're going to make sure our coupler here is pushed up against the throttle body, which it is. And then this coupler here is pushed up against the heat shield. Now we're ready to go ahead and tighten up the clamps. Okay, next we're going to push in this breather. And it will help if you have a little grease and you allow the push in a little easier. Just wiggle it in place. Okay, next we're going to connect our sensor here. Alright, now we're ready for the new air filter. Okay, we got our new filter here. Now we're ready to go ahead and just install it. Just slide it in place and it just presses right on. And now we're ready to go ahead and tighten up the clamp. Okay, this concludes our installation here on our Delta Force cold air intake for our Challenger Hellcat. Installation time was roughly about an hour. Now there's one other part in the kit that you could install. It's going to be the hood vent block-off plate. This is great to have if you're going to be driving this car in rainy weather condition. You don't want to get any water in your cold air intake. And this uses the factory bolts to install this. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow Flowmaster on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.